after I read this on the website, I was like, oh goodness, what have I done? Have you found yourself mindlessly applying to dozens of jobs online only to later on end up in a job you hate? Today, let's talk about why hitting that apply now button might be the easiest yet riskiest move you can make in your career. Technology has vastly simplified the process of applying to jobs, which is great in so many ways. It allows us to see job postings from all over the world and in pretty much any industry you could ever want to work. LinkedIn even has an apply now button that all you have to do is click one button and LinkedIn sends your profile to the hiring manager. Maybe this seems good. You can literally apply to dozens of jobs in a single day. The more applications you submit, the more likely you'll get one of these jobs, right? Well, yes, but can you think of a problem with this? If you're applying to this many jobs, the chances that every one of these jobs is well suited for you is pretty low, and you might end up in a job you really don't like. I'm going to tell you a little story. Several months ago, I applied for a job online on Upwork for an account manager position with a marketing agency. I applied for this job after skimming the job description and looking through the qualifications and figuring I was at least somewhat qualified. A couple days later, I heard back and the company wanted to interview me, had a nice call with the hiring manager, and they decided to hire me. I quickly realized that this wasn't quite the position for me. However, I was like, I should stick it out. I just started. Let's see how this goes. A few months after that, I was still working there. I was a little bit more confident. However, one day I went on the company's website and in big letters at the top, it said, Growth Marketing Accelerator. Now, growth marketing. I sat there and I was just thinking about this growth. And it dawned on me, this company exists to grow the sales of their clients, which makes sense. It's marketing. This is what marketing does. However, at my core, I don't really care about growth and sales and selling merchandise and selling event tickets. It just doesn't excite me. I am far more interested in helping people, sharing information, connecting with people. And after I read this on the website, I was like, oh goodness, what have I done? So I decided to quit, and for real this time. And this was way harder than applying for the job. I first had to decide if I was going to quit or whether I would kind of stick it out and keep working there. I then had to have a conversation with my manager and kind of come up with what to say in that conversation and what to say to my coworkers and clients. And then I had to transition all of my projects to other people at the company. And then also there were all of these emotions that I had tied to this as well, of guilt and just feeling bad for saying yes that I would work at this company and then changing my mind. And I know people do this all the time and it's fine, but it still carries some weight with you. If I had taken the time up front to really look at this job posting in detail, to go through line by line to see what the job responsibilities were, and to really ask myself, are these things I want to be doing? And then also to go to the company's website and to read through everything that they do and to see if it really aligned with what I was looking for in a job, I probably wouldn't have applied. So why do we do this? Why do we apply for jobs that we don't really want? Well, there's a lot of reasons why, and we're going to explore those. Number one, we're qualified. This is probably the reason I resonate with most. I will read through a job posting and be like, oh, hey, I'm qualified for this. I have these skills that they're looking for, and I apply without even thinking about whether my skills that I currently have match what I want in a job and what I want in my future career. Number two, FOMO. We see a job posting and we think, hey, that looks kind of cool, and I don't know if this job's going to be available in the future, so I should probably apply now. Number three, we need a job. We need money. We have bills to pay, and we're not really looking to see if our current skills are in alignment with what we want to do in the future, because we need to pay our bills and pay rent, and we have mouths to feed, and we'll take whatever job we can get. Number four, social expectation and the desire to match up to our peers often leads us to opportunities that might not be well suited for us. Number 5, it's easy. As we talked about earlier, applying to jobs online now is easier than ever, and with it being that easy, why wouldn't you do it? Okay, now that we know the reasons we do this, why we over-apply to jobs, what can we do instead? First, take the time to think about your career aspirations and your values. Ask yourself, what do I want in my next job that goes beyond my qualifications? Maybe you have experience as a project manager, but you've always thought you would really like to work as a marketing manager. Pay attention to these thoughts. Next, thoroughly read the job description. Go through line by line and determine whether the job responsibilities are in alignment with what you want your day-to-day to look like. Think about how much you would enjoy each task. Be real with yourself. If there are several responsibilities that you feel like you wouldn't actually enjoy, don't apply for that job. Next, research the company to determine their values, their culture, what they do, their services, and their reputation. When I was applying for the job at the marketing agency I was talking about earlier, I went to the company's website and I didn't understand 3/4 of the services this company offered, and now that would be fine. However, I didn't even Google to find out more about it, and that's something that I think really would have helped me. Also, check out employee ratings on websites like Glassdoor. Now, some of them are biased for sure, however, they do give you a good idea of what it might be like to work at that company. Ultimately, the goal is to prioritize quality over quantity. Apply to fewer jobs, but focus on jobs that actually excite you, rather than just applying for applying's sake. In conclusion, before hitting that apply button, pause and evaluate. Ask yourself, is this a job where I can thrive? Does this job line up with my career goals? You can bet you'll thank yourself later when you're working a job you really enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you found this information helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe and you'll get more content like this about careers, work life, and living your best life. Thanks again and have a great day.